Unit 8 Communication Activity Book 44 to 47. 1. Complete the following paragraph with words related to written communication. You are given in first letter. People first started written communication through paintings and drawing on cave walls. When the alphabet was invented, it became a lot easier for people to communicate. This writing system was made up of letters and symbols which represented sound. Then, when mass media believed it, introduced the whole world to newspaper and magazines. However, the blind could not benefit from these. Barely was invented. 2. Choose the correct form of the verb to complete the summary about Barley. While Louis Barley was studying or had studied at the Royal Institute of the Blind in France in 1821, a young military officer demonstrated or was demonstrating the system of dots he had invented or was inventing. After Barley had seen or was seeing the system, he had worked for many years to improve and complete the communication method the soldier used. He created or was creating a reading system that used 6 dots and 64 combinations of letters, numbers, and symbols. Blind people could read this by running their fingers slightly across the page. 16 years after the death of Louis Barley, blind people were using or had used Barley all over the world. 3. Each of these sentences has an incorrect verb form. Rewrite the sentence using the correct form of the verbs. 1. I wrote an email when the phone rang. 2. People were finding simple way to communicate before writing was invented. 3. While he was staying in Paris, he had visited his grandparents. 4. We were taken to a taxi because the bus didn't come. 5. My daughter learned the alphabet by the time she started school. The correct 1. I was writing an email when the phone rang. 2. People found simple way to communicate before writing was invented. 3. While he was staying in Paris, he visited his grandparents. 4. We took a taxi because the bus didn't come. 5. My daughter had learned the alphabet by the time she started school. Answer the following question about sign language. 1. Write a definition of sign language using all the words in the box from exercise 5 in one sentence. Sign language is a system of communication designed for the deaf, which consists of a gesture, sign, and finger spelling. 2. Which countries introduced sign language in the 18th century? France, Germany, and Britain introduced sign language in the 18th century. 3. Do you think sign language is as practical and easy as spoken language? Why or why not? Yes, because gesture, hand signs, and finger spelling can convey most of verbal communication needs. 4. Create your own sign language for the following sentence. I like reading a book before I sleep. Share this sentence with a partner. Did you express it the same way? Seven. Write its sentence in the past perfect to say what Sarah, Ahmed, Asma, and Fawzi had and hadn't done by the time they started school. Then write about you. 1. Sarah had flown a kite, but she hadn't learned to tell the time. 2. Ahmed had learned to tell the time, but he hadn't cooked on a campfire. 3. Asma had cooked on a campfire, but she hadn't played house. 4. Fawzi had learned to tell the time, and he had also cooked in a campfire. 5. Sarah had cooked in a campfire but she hadn't played house. 6. Ahmed hadn't flown a kite but he had played house. 7. Asma had flown a kite but she hadn't learned to tell the time. 8. Fawzi hadn't flown a kite and she hadn't played house. 8. Read the text about how triangles communicate with each other. Do you communicate with your friend like this? A group of 5 triangles are meeting in a restaurant. They haven't seen each other for a few weeks because it's the school holidays. Despite this, 3 of them are texting other friends and the 2 others are playing game on their phones. They especially stop their phone conversation to chat for a few minutes, but most of their time together is spent in silence. Does this sound familiar? Would you rather text the talk face to face? If you feel lost without your smartphone, chances are that you are part of the teen technology revolution. Every generation does think differently from their parents, but modern day teenagers are revolutionizing communication, and it's not all positive. A survey found that 56% of the teenagers asked what still prefer to hold an important conversation face to face rather than on the phone. However, it also found that spending time on social network websites is now considered to be the same as socializing with friends. The survey found that the main problem with technology and instant messaging is that text-speak words abbreviated to single letters or symbols has started to encroach upon other areas of their lives. They report accidentally using text-speak in face-to-face conversation, in emails, and even in school essays. So if you are lucky enough to be part of the technological generation, remember that technology is important, but friends, family, and face-to-face conversation should be top of the list. Writing a short story. A. You have won first prize of holiday of your dreams. I received this message on the mobile yesterday. It was from a shopping center in town. Last week I went shopping and they had prizes for customers who bought more than 50 dinners. They took me number and said they will send a message if I won. I was happy and called the center for more details. B. I need your help. Come quickly. 12 Beach Road. I received this message on my mobile last Friday. At first, I was very worried. It was from my friend. I went there quickly to find that my friend's car had broken down in the park and my friend didn't know what to do. We had to winch the car to a mechanic and then the problem was solved. C. I have something important to tell you. Call me now. I received this message on my mobile yesterday evening. First, I was surprised. It was from my friend. I called her to get more details. My friend had met an old friend of us and wanted us to meet up. Remembers the old days.